Rover's passion for life. We just supported his team that be bringing them life. But we couldn't.
Welcome back, blessedbeats.com. Blessed Beats. My name is Memphis 10. Mia Wright in the building.
Hey, Memphis 10.
All right. So when we first started talking, you said you're from Cali, you got to Austin, and you ended up marrying a man in ministry. Yeah. All right. So how did that life, I don't know how old you were then, don't even tell us, but how did that life in transition change? You married a man in ministry. You said you wasn't even expecting that.
Oh, no, I wasn't expecting. In fact, I was running from that. I was not even looking for nobody. I will tell you how old I was. I was 23 years old.
Okay.
And so I was pretty young.
Okay.
First of all, young to get married, young in my walk. But I had, if I was 16 in the club, you can imagine I was going on the fast.
Yeah, girl.
So I was kind of like, okay, well, things can slow down now. But you know how it went? When we started dating, I was like, hey, I still like to party. And I'm not going to stop partying because we're dating, because I don't know if this thing going to work out between you and me.
My
so
girl.
I'm going to keep on with myself. And, you know, he said, okay, that's cool. Okay. So just, you know, you keep developing your relationship with God and see how that works for you. And I was kind of like, okay, cool. So the more I started to develop my relationship with God, and I was still praying, you know, just starting to pray. Because like I said earlier, I felt very alone. And I just began to talk to God. You know, hey, am I in the right place? And am I doing the right thing? What should I be doing? And the more I started going to the club, the less I started feeling comfortable in the club. Wow. You know, and then it was like people wouldn't ask me to dance. The drink didn't make me feel good. Yeah. It was like, why am I here? You know, I'm like, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, that's pretty lame, right?
That's exactly how I started feeling. Like, this is really messed up. You know, I'm not enjoying this. And so I started finding other things that I enjoyed doing. You know, so I went to the movie a whole lot more than I enjoyed everything movies. I saw every movie. But anyway, you know, I just wasn't being satisfied any longer with a certain lifestyle, because I was starting to develop my relationship with God. And it wasn't so much Remus. He never one time told me, you can't go to the club if you're going to date me. And I'm really grateful for that, because I probably wouldn't have stayed with him if he had told me what I can't do. Somebody tell me what I can't do, that's what I say I want to do.
Exactly.
Right? Isn't that true? And so it became more of a, I don't feel like I belong in this place. And so as I started to grow, and then, you know, we ended up getting married, and then right after that he got to church, I was like, hey, wait a minute, hold up. I don't even know the books of the Bible. I was a babe in Christ. I'd been in church. My grandfather was a pastor, but I didn't learn nothing. I was just there.
You were just there.
I was just there. And whatever I learned, I certainly forgot about it. So
my Easter speech.
So here I am. I'm like, okay, so I'm a pastor's wife, and I don't even know the books of the Bible. People were like, you know, would you pray? No, I'm not praying out loud in front of nobody. You know, so it was just a lot of a lot of stuff that people put on you when you get in the church. And I was like, I'm not ready for any of this. So I took my time, which was perfectly fine with God, because he was developing me the whole time. And he was making me a better person. He was making my life better. He was making me more comfortable with who I was, and he was helping me know who he was. And then Memphis, I got to a place where I started to really go with the flow, you know, and it was like I got in this groove of God, and it started with praying. It really started with praying. And you know, you said something earlier about sometimes people think they got to pray forever, they got to speak in tongues. It wasn't even any of that. It was just like, help me. Help me. What am I supposed to be doing? You know, what am I supposed to say? You know, how am I supposed to dress? All that simple stuff. But I just need direction.
When younger people, or even older people, are dating, right? If they're trying to be of the Bible and of God, why do so many people feel like you put in a box and you have to be so square? You can't do this, you can't do that. When they're dating? Yeah.
I think, you know, sometimes the church has been guilty of saying so many limitations on people and making people think that, you know, you can only do certain things as a Christian. And the truth is, there are a lot of gray areas that the Bible doesn't speak to. And, you know, I don't want to say if it makes you feel good, do it, because there's a whole lot of stuff we talked about earlier. Sin make you feel good, but don't do it.
Man, say that. If it make you feel good.
I can't do that.
You're gonna hit the hearts on that pants coming right there, boy. Say that again.
But I just honestly look. Oh, they fell off. But you know, the truth is this: is that when you really seek to have God guide you in your life, and you're asking Him, "Is this a relationship for me?" There's some things that He really doesn't want you to encounter or to do while you're still dating, because he wants you to save that for marriage. And so whether if it's sex, I mean, there's ways to be intimate with one another without having sex. You know, and the honest truth of this matter is, when you get married, if you don't know how to be intimate with each other, you're not gonna want to have sex.
Very true.
So here's my question.
Very true.
A lot of females ask me this. They're like, "Oh, I'm keep in and out of relationships. What am I doing wrong? You know, I'm with this guy. Da, 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 da." How do you experience or how that relationship build the proper way? If
They naked on Instagram, bruh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, even if they not naked, let's say just a regular chick. She's nice,
good girl.
Okay.
but she knows what's going on right now.
Okay.
At the level of what he expects, that guy expects, because she think he expects something from her, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
A certain type of individual. How does she go into that relationship and be successful? Overall, I think that's a big question. A lot of ladies want to know, hey, I'm going through all these different relationships. I'm not successful. Is it me? Is it something that I'm not doing? What is it that they need to do to be successful?
I told him, girl, you kissing a lot of frogs to get to the prince. So don't be so hard on yourself. You don't want to marry a frog, do you?
Right.
you know, and that's the truth in relationships. Not every relationship is going to lead to marriage.
Right.
Not every relationship is going to lead to a long-term relationship. Some people will come into your life and you will just learn something from that relationship. You'll either learn, I don't want nobody to talk to me like that again.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to call me no names like that. I don't want nobody to put their hands on me, or I don't want nobody, that isn't committed to me. And so you may go through some relationships, and as you go through each relationship, you're learning something about yourself. If you're not learning something about yourself, then you need to wake up and figure out that's why you're going through
But I have a sexual
everyone.
desire as a female that I want to have with these different guys, or with a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it up, and then it's like I'm failing every time.
And slow
but
your roll,
I feel
girl.
like I'm missing something. So what should I be doing?
Yeah.
I want to say. No, I ain't gonna.
Go ahead,
Okay,
say it,
no,
say it,
like,
say
like
it,
my
say it.
thing is, and I know I said something about Instagram earlier, right? I look at it like this. I'm a dude. I love women. I really do. I'm married, but I love y'all look good, right? If you are naked on the Instagram or you giving it up, right? Then for me, now that I'm married, I'm talking as a single guy. What's the point of saying, like, okay, rewind. Back in the day, we used to be like, man, send me a picture of you.
Right. You can
Now
never get
it's
one.
just go to my Instagram. I can see everything. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So like, what's the point of even waiting? Like, what's the point of even taking her serious? Like, she out there for everybody. This is, you know what I'm saying?
She out there for everybody. So you want to be in that committed relationship with her when she out there for everybody?
This is play ball.
You know,
So Mia,
I
what they
say
gotta
this.
do? What the ladies gotta do?
Okay, clean up your act. No, but no, I was looking at Instagram, somebody I know the other day, and so I was checking out one of her pictures. So one of the comments was some dude was like, hey, where you from? So I clicked there to see, what are you asking? So I look in his profile, and he said, I love strippers. So what's his first impression of you based on your pictures is that he think you a stripper.
Wow.
Because you posting pictures, with nothing, and everything provocative. So I love strippers. I'm like, oh God, I don't think she no stripper, but that's what the perception is.
That's the energy they putting out.
It is, but how did we get here? How did we get to this level?
We get here because people need affirmation, and women and men want affirmation, and so many times they don't know how to get it without the easiest way to get it is to put a half-naked picture provocative of yourself up somewhere on social media so you can get 1,000 likes in a day.
That's true.
That's the easiest way. If I did that, let me go put a picture up and see how many likes I get. I'll get a bunch of icons. But I'm telling you, people that don't know me, whatever, they'll be like, hey, I like this, whatever. Right. And then, oh, y'all like this. Okay, well, let me get some more. Put some more out here. Oh, you like this?
So you think that's a form of low self-esteem?
It can be.
Okay.
It's not necessarily just low self-esteem. It's just that people want affirmation. That's one of the 5 love languages.
Right.
It's affirming somebody. And so when you're in a relationship with someone, you have to learn how to affirm people. You have to give positive words, affirm them, let them know they're beautiful, you love them, you like this about them, that they're smart, they're intelligent. You share those things with the person that you love. But if you don't feel love from somebody, or you don't know what real love is, and this is the only place you're getting those words, then guess what you're going to do? You keep putting up more and more and more.
I got a question for you. You see one of those girls out there like that, right? And let's just say you genuinely, I like her.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm looking past this tooted up picture, right?
Okay. Okay.
How do you approach her now? Because now she got 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
She got all of these comments. She knows she look good. How do you approach her now? If you tried to come correct at her, because everybody else is giving her affirmation.
Well, see, I think that was one of the questions I was going to ask, because there's no real communication now.
Right.
There's no meeting you and I say, hey, Mia, how you doing? I think you look nice. Here's my number. It's all IG. So I send you a DM.
Right.
And we having a conversation. I could talk to you reckless on IG because I know that I'm not going to see you.
Right.
Or if when I do see you, it's just like, oh, it was just the internet. But we don't have that person-to-person conversation anymore.
Yeah.
So that was my
And that's
question.
really sad,
Are
yeah.
we failing this generation? That's the real question. Are we, as the next level of adults that's coming up, are we failing the generation under us? Because there's no...
Well,
maybe the parents not giving
what
affirmation to their
true.
children.
What you're saying is true, because let me tell you, the lady that I saw her picture, she's got a younger sister, teenager. And so her Instagram is becoming a little bit more provocative because she sees what her sister does, and she sees that her sister gets likes and loves. And so now she's feeling like, oh, well, this is how I'm going to get likes and love too, because this is how you do it. And this is exactly, my sister has 10,000 followers. And how do you get that? You look at her pictures and you say, oh, that's how you get 10,000 followers. That's how you get people to like you. So we have to, we were talking earlier about Snapchat and Instagram. We have to understand the power of social media. And then we have to understand what it can be used for. And then where we have an opportunity to help correct behavior or to help people really understand, this shouldn't be used in this manner. You know, this can be used in this manner, but it shouldn't be used in this manner. If you're positive with who you are, believe in who you are, and have some sense of self-esteem, you're not going to want to put all that stuff out. But, other people, they want to get those likes and love.
BlessedBeats.com, Mia Wright dropping gems. We're talking dating right here. We'll be right back. We'll finish the conversation on dating and then we'll get into metamorphosis.
Sounds good.
All right, right here on BlessedBeats.com. Don't move.
Jehovah's passion for life. We just supported this team that be bringing them life. But we couldn't.
All right, we back. BlessedBeats.com. You're watching Blessed Beats. Memphis 10. DJ Mr. Tibbs in the building. Mia Wright is talking. We talking dating, social media.
Yeah.
We're talking everything. Now, off the mic, we were talking, and Tibbs basically said, your personal life is one. Like you was asking, how do we use social media?
Well, yeah, I was. It was a two-part question. How do we find a solution to this problem?
The people wanting affirmation,
right? Yeah, the affirmation problem.
Okay.
That's where the ratchetness is coming from. That's where the looseness is coming from, because there's no affirmation. They're getting it with the likes.
Okay.
Cool. What is the purpose of social media?
Okay.
That's the main question, because I think it's for business. I think that it was generated initially for business acumen and people of that nature. Those entertainers, those people, they were able to connect socially with the mass people to grow their brand.
Okay.
So I tell it to my son, if you're not growing a brand, if you're not growing a business, there's no reason for you to put your personal business on social media. Because he can have fun. He can be a hunter with his guns.
Okay.
He can like dogs.
Right.
But the moment that he gets in trouble, we see that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They go straight to the social media. Oh, what's the dude, Trayvon Martin? Well,
Right.
he wasn't really a good kid. Let's look at his social media.
Okay.
He's a kid being a kid.
All right. So this is where I disagree.
Okay.
Because with social media, it opens you up to the personal side of you. You can use it to open it up. For example, myself, I have 2 accounts on Instagram.
You're an entertainer.
Okay. But when we watch, like I was about to say, when we watch Denzel on the movie, like we watch Training Day, he's gangster. Like he's straight up.
character.
Yeah, he's in character, right?
Yeah.
If he gets pulled over at a red light, nobody's going to say, let's go to Training Day, and that's him. That's the character he's playing.
Correct.
Right? So if you go to certain people's, let's use the half-naked girl on Instagram.
Okay.
How come
Becky with the good hair.
Yeah, with the her. Susie Cream Cheese, her, right? So, how come she can't just be, I can't get a modeling deal, so I'm just gonna lean over right here and let you look at this on Instagram, and I'm gonna get so many likes, right, that Victoria's Secret gonna send me a deal. Because I know people who are fitness people. They're not celebrities, but they got 100,000 followers on Instagram, and now Adidas is sending them shoes and apparel because they work out.
Well, you
all the time.
co-signing what I'm saying.
It's their
That's
brand.
a brand in the business.
That's their brand.
That's not their personal life.
But it started as I work out 5 days a week.
Nah,
Yeah.
man. But you have an ultimate goal.
Okay.
Let me jump in
Go
the
ahead.
conversation because
Yeah,
I
come
agree
on,
with the
man.
both of you on this. It's interesting how the agreement can happen. I do think that you need a personal brand, but that's because you know who you are and what you're promoting. So for somebody that is, say, average Joe working out, I want to share my weight loss story.
Okay.
You know what you're going on there for. I want to share my weight loss story. So the pictures you're posting
But I
are,
look good now, though. Look at these abs,
so
right?
you started out where you were heavy. You posting pictures of what you're eating. You posting pictures of you in the gym. You're inspiring other people. People are like, yeah. You look really good now. And Adidas said, hey, you know what? He's always in Adidas. I wear a lot of sunglasses.
Okay.
So I'm starting to try to post some pictures and tag people.
There you go.
Cavalli, send me some glasses. I want some glasses.
Okay, so
for
we're
free.
talking branding, right?
That's
Now-
branding. But my personal life,
Okay.
so my family, my children, all of them, I don't always post them, but I do because people want to know a little bit more about who I am outside of who I am.
Right.
So my private and my personal life are my private and my professional life are two different things, but yet I should always be the same person. I should always be able to be the same person regardless. There should be some consistency with that, but I need to hold some things private. So I don't post everything. I ain't gonna post me naked.
Okay.
Y'all need to see that.
So you will post some stuff. It's okay to post some personal stuff.
Some personal stuff, yes, because I think people need a little bit of a peek into my personal life to know that I am a legitimate person.
You're real.
And that I'm real.
Okay.
And the stuff that I'm telling you when I'm standing up here, either in church or at a conference or at a corporate event, stuff I'm telling you is real because I've experienced it.
My girl.
So I can share a little bit of that.
Y'all
as
talking
well.
around my question.
Well, no, okay. So back to the half-naked girl, right? Remember, I was asking you a minute ago. Okay, she's half naked on Instagram. You watching on Periscope, it might be your account I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
No, back to her, right?
right.
She's like that. She's half naked. She looking good. She getting all the affirmation, right?
Right.
Now you want to step to her because you might want to talk to her,
Mm-hmm.
right? How do you come correct to her? Because what am I gonna say? Like, hey, what's your name? Like, what am I gonna like? Everybody else like the same stuff I'm looking at.
Look, can I jump in and answer for you? Because first
Oh,
of
no,
all,
you can't
stuff
answer
is
for-
filtered.
you can't
Look,
answer for me.
She
Okay,
can
I'm
answer
sorry.
for
Let me
her.
answer for me.
There
Let me
you
answer
go.
for me. Stuff is filtered, straight up filtered.
It's true.
And the person that I talked about on Instagram, in real life, she don't even look like that.
True.
She looked like a whole different person. She looked like Barbie on Instagram, and in real life, you're like, how you be? I showed her
Bob.
father. I showed her father a picture, and I said, "Who is this?" And he said, "I don't know." I said, "Look again," and he said, "I don't know." I said, "Is this your daughter?" He said, "Is that my daughter?" I'm like, "Yes, this is your daughter."
Wow.
He didn't even recognize his own daughter because that stuff is so filtered. So what you get in the internet is not necessarily real
It's
life
not
for
real.
people. It's not
It's never
real.
real. Right.
It's not real.
It's not
It don't
real.
always look like that. There's all kinds of layers and stuff on it. But the bottom line is this: people need to understand when you're posting stuff.
Right.
And let me come back to this. I wanted to say earlier a true story.
Okay.
There was a young woman that I know that got a banging body, banging body. And
What's her name? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
she married now, but she posted a picture of herself, and people knew her at the church, right? She
Okay.
posted a picture of herself in a bikini and suited up. And one young man went to her and he said, "I just want you to know, I think you're a very beautiful woman." He said, "And I don't think you should post pictures of yourself like that on social media for everybody to look at."
Wow.
He says, "I think you're beautiful. And I think what you stand for in this church," because she was a leader, "what you stand for in this church has more to say about that picture." And
They
she
got
took
mad.
the sucker down. I mean, because
Oh, wow.
sometimes it takes somebody to say something, make you really click and think again. Yeah. Even though everybody was liking, hey, DM me your number.
Right.
Whatever. It took a man to say something to her to make her change. She's married now and got a booming business.
Wow.
And she ain't posting no more pictures
So that's
from there.
Go
Y'all,
ahead.
y'all keep walking around my question.
What's the
Okay, what's your
The question is, how do we solve this solution? Or how do we solve this problem? We have people putting naked pictures on there, people that need affirmation. Where's the breakdown? I asked before, are we letting down a generation? And if so, how do we make up for that? We get it. Social media is doing this and that. She wants affirmation. This is a guy that came to her.
Y'all stop hitting them likes.
I was saying, you stop hitting them like they might get more naked though, bro. They might get more
Y'all
naked.
keep hitting them likes. They keep posting
I
more
think you
and more.
cannot stop the floodgates from social media doing what it's doing. I don't think you can stop that.
Right.
I think like people don't approach me a certain way because of my social media. You know what I mean? I'm sure people don't approach you a certain way. You know what I mean? So I think, am I still dancing?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
You're saying how do we change
have to
this?
teach, but we really do have to teach, and that's one of the things you want to talk about metamorphosis. One of the things we do with our Meta 2 Teen Leadership Program is
what is metamorphosis?
Okay, Metamorphosis is a women's empowerment organization. We have 5 areas that we serve, including our teen girls conferences, events, international programming, and compassion. But the program I really want to talk about is our teen girls program. It's a leadership development program for girls that are in high school, and we teach them your social profile. What you post socially is also how you present yourself personally.
It's your resume.
So understand that what you put out there about yourself is what people are going to believe about you. So, if you're out there just totally posting stupid, ignorant, mean stuff, people are going to believe you stupid, ignorant, and mean. Okay. That's what you're posting. And so we try to teach them what is the understanding of what this social media program or platform is for. What do you use Twitter for? What do you use Facebook for? What do you use Snapchat for? What is it for? And then how do you effectively use this to present yourself in a positive manner? And I don't mean so that you can get likes because your butt is out or because your breasts are showing, but how do you get likes because you're saying something positive or you're doing something good for your life or to help other people? And so we have to teach our young people. I saw these young people here in the booth. Yeah. We've got to teach them that, if you want to get 1,000 likes, you can get them in an hour if you put a naked picture of yourself. But if you want quality likes, what people say, oh, this person is doing something good in life. Right. You may not get 1,000 likes, you may get 20 likes. Right. But you don't affirm yourself by the number of likes or hearts you have. You can't affirm yourself by that. That's not who you are, by how many likes you got or how many followers you have. It's who you are inside and what you share about your life.
Metamorphosis, this is a women's deal, right?
It's a women's deal, but we impact men too.
Okay. You got any testimonies or stories about how it has helped a male? Because I'm sure we have, it might be 50-50, but a lot of men are watching too.
Okay. Will, are you on here? I got one guy that follows my Periscope. Okay. He's out of D.C. And he said that God had just really told him, watch that conference. So he was watching the stream last year. He had like 4 or 5 major things happen following that. One, he lost a lot of weight. He was unemployed. He had lost his job for something, but he lost a lot of weight. He made a determination he was going to make a change in his life and get to a healthier place. I think he lost his job because he had been sick or ill or something. And so once he lost that weight, he connected to, I want to live a better life. And he connected to that. Then he saw himself, in a better place. He's doing more. He's employed again. He's traveling. He's ministering. He's seeing God just really bless him to have more positions and stuff, both in his church as well as on his job. And so just him personally, because the first person came to mind, to think about how it connected, because with metamorphosis, it means change. And we teach people how to find one area. Start with one area of your life and say, this is what I want to change. Now, what are going to be my next steps? And ask God to give you the direction for what that next step is going to be to make that change in your life. So it could be something like losing weight. It could be getting a better job. It could be going back to school. It could be getting out of a bad relationship. It could be working on a relationship so that it becomes better. Whatever it is, that's what metamorphosis is about. It's really empowering you to know that you can make a change in your life.
Wow.
Yep. So men and women.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna switch gears real quick. The state of our world, well, the state of our nation. All right, and we were just talking about social media and everything. It's about shock TV, shock social media, shock value, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel about like the direction of just how the media and just how the world are taking it? We got an election coming up.
Gosh.
What do you feel about, like, how is it turning? Because it ain't always been, like, people used to have to be presidential to run for president.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were talking about Trumpzilla, but yeah, you are. Yeah, man.
You called him that. Yeah, I called him that too, though. Go ahead.
Memphis, I read a Time magazine article, and they call him the rise of the rule breaker. And Van Jones, who I follow on Facebook, I love his hashtag Trumpzilla. He's talked about how, particularly Donald Trump, has broken all the rules of the presidential race, of what it means to be presidential, what it means to run in politics in the United States, to be a gentleman. Period. He has broken every single rule, and he has followed the rules of social media, and people have followed him because of it. You insult somebody on social media, and you don't lose followers, you gain followers. Isn't that crazy? And how do you have a person who wants to be president of the United States insulting people? I mean, an average citizen or a newsmaker or whatever, insulting women or whatever, and then people follow. I'm like, yeah, that's right. And it really just shows the state of America, the state of not just America, but I think our world right now. People are angry for whatever reason. That's why you have the rise of ISIS and other, political groups that are crazy. Political social groups that are, just people just caught up. They get caught up in this angry mood. Why are people so mad at the world? Why are they so mad at their lives? I'm like, hey, relax. Live life and love people. Life can be so much easier if we just open up our hearts and just say, you know what? I know we have differences. I know we have things. You may agree on this. You might like chocolate ice cream. I like might like vanilla.
Okay.
But we like ice cream.
Okay.
Right? So we're good.
Right.
People don't find the commonalities with one another. They look for the differences. And when you look for differences, you're always going to have that diversity that pulls people apart. But when you find the commonalities and you begin to build on what you have in common with people, people want to have security in their lives. They want to have, financial freedom. They want to be able to live in a safe neighborhood and not have to worry about somebody come steal their stuff or kill their kids.
Right.
People want those commonalities. Let's build on that as opposed to being pulled against one another with what's different. And I'm really saddened, just to be honest with you, by the state of affairs right now in our politics. I'm saddened. And I'll be honest with y'all, and I may make some people mad.
Yeah.
But I'm mad at Obama right now.
Okay.
I'm mad at Obama because I'm like, why you partying the last 6 months? We need a president.
Man.
Why are you partying? You dropping mics and you cracking jokes and you just hanging out.
Girl,
we need a president. You can't leave your job yet.
Right. Yeah, we can't
We
leave ours.
need you.
Right? Yeah,
we
right.
need you.
Right.
So I'm really kind of mad at Obama.
But the boy has been through a lot. But
he's been
you
through
right
a lot.
though.
Oh my God, he's probably thinking, countdown, countdown. I think that's what he's doing.
You right though.
But I'm like, we need you right now, President.
Yeah.
We need you to show these other people, whether it's Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, or Donald Trump, we need you to show them what it's like to be presidential. Yeah. And right now, even our president is not being presidential. Sorry to say, but I'm like, hey, party's going.
Black Lives Matter.
Hey.
You want to go into that? We've been asking a lot of people. Everybody that's come in here.
Yeah.
You got the people versus the police. The police versus the people. Out on the random streets, it's going down on social media. Every time you open up Facebook, it's going down.
Yeah.
Right? You have the disrespect of authority, and then you have the abuse of power. Mm-hmm. How do we get there? And how do we fix that? Like, how do we teach this generation that? I mean, I got 2 boys. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like now, it seems like to me, everybody, I know my rights. And then with this phone, with this camera, I'm sticking it in the, well, not me, but they're sticking it right into the police. What you gonna do? You men on film. You know what I mean?
Right.
Black Lives Matter has, they push that whole agenda. Like, yo, you right, they wrong, basically. Am I right?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do we fix this whole thing?
I got 2 sons too, and they're young adults. 3 sons, my stepson and my nephew, and they're young adults. And I get worried every time they leave the house. Truth talk, because they're a target. They're a target for driving while black, for walking while black, for just being black. So they're targets. And it has to start, how do we fix it? It has to start somewhere. And I think we've had a lot of town hall, we've had a lot of social media, we had a lot of input, but the bottom line is somebody's got to step down first. And, somebody has to wave a flag and say, hey, you know what? Let's start this all over. And, at some point in time, somebody's got to say, we have to do things different because it's not working. Okay. You can put a camera in front of a police officer and we can watch a policeman beat a man down. And guess what? We can watch those policemen still leave out of court without a single charge.
Right.
Okay, so what good is this doing? It's exposing the fact that there is a problem and that there has been a problem for a very long time.
Yes.
It is exposing that. But at some point in time, somebody's got to say, I'm going to yield for a moment, and we've got to come to common grounds. And we're not having that yield moment. Everybody's standing their ground.
I'm going to ask Mr. Tibbs right now. You're a black man. Who should that be? Who should step down first?
Oh, wow.
Who should wave the white flags that she's talking about first? Is it the people or the police?
I believe the people should.
Okay.
And I say that because there needs to, like she said, there needs to be a leader. Okay. And that's lacking from, I think, all communities. The black community, always had a strong leader, whether it was Malcolm, whether it was Martin, whether it was Huey, whoever it was. Those were people that were the speakers for the masses. And we don't have that. So we need a, quote unquote, come to Jesus moment or a kumbaya moment where some strong ministers,
Right.
like Mia or Pastor Will, or just some strong, influential people need to sit down together and say, hey, like, what is it that we need to do, and what's proactive in this moment? How can we move forward positively and also affect change? Because that's the end goal.
Okay.
We have to move forward positively, which means that we have to give ourselves knowledge. We have to move forward, and then we have to have a cause and effect. Okay, this is what's going to happen next time this happens.
Okay.
So we can move positively through that. And I think it's just training. We have to train each other, train the community, train the youth.
Mia,
Yes.
who waves the white flag first?
It's us. We got to wave the white flag. You know, the community has got to take a moment and say, okay, we're going to look at this authority that, you know, has been given to the police. There is abuse of power. Yes.
Okay.
Is there always abuse of power? No. But
Okay.
is there abuse of power? Yes, it exists. So we have to say, okay, in order to affect change, we've got to be able to come to a common ground. And we can't get to the common ground if we both are standing our ground. I'm holding still here because y'all not doing what y'all supposed to be doing. Y'all abusing power. And they're like, hey, we're holding still here because y'all still wilding out, and we gotta be strong,
Right.
you know, because we're the authority.
Okay.
So somebody's got to say, you know what? We're going to step back for a moment. Let's teach our boys. I have to teach my boys, you know, hey, police stop you? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's yes, sir. And not yes, sir. And, you know, because we all got that moment. I get mad when they stop me for a
I
traffic
gotta
ticket. I'm
say
like,
it
are
anyway.
you serious?
Okay.
You stopping me? Like, you got a right to stop me. Yeah, you was speeding. You stop.
Okay.
Just stop and don't be mad at them because they doing their job. You know, they're doing their job. Even if they just stopped you because you look suspicious. Maybe somebody did rob a gas station
They
around the
look like
corner
you,
and they
okay.
was in a red shirt
Okay.
with a
I hope not.
hair up.
I hope not. I'm with you. I'm with you.
But, you know, we have to really we have to teach our kids how to react and how to respond. So it's respectfully, but also still know their rights.
Okay.
So that, yes, there is no abuse of power. And if if it gets to the place where it seems like power is about to be abused, that they can respectfully say, you know, I do know my rights. I'm aware of this. I would like to see an attorney.
Okay. Okay, both of y'all said the people, right? And I'm gonna flip the coin, be on the other side of the fence just because.
Okay.
Right? And I'm gonna say them, but I'm not saying them as a whole, right? The old saying is one bad apple spoils the bunch.
whole.
Right? So I look at law enforcement like that's a fraternity, that's a clique, that's a gang, that's a crew. They ride together. They all sworn in under the same thing. They're co-workers.
It's a brotherhood.
Brotherhood, right? When I say they should wave the white flag, and I said one bad apple spoils the bunch, my thought is, if I am that good police officer, right? And I know that it's some bad ones out there, the good guys need to stand up and say, okay, look, you making it hard for me when I go to work. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get back home to my wife and kids.
Right.
And you out here, you know, I understand we all underpaid. I get this, right? And I actually think they should be paid more. But I'm like, they should rise up and say, man, Chief Joe Blow is over here tripping. You know what I mean? Like,
But the bad ones got the juice, though.
Somebody got to stand up, right?
They're bullies everywhere.
Right.
That's why I look at them. They're bullies.
It's gonna take
and
the
they're bullies
first
everywhere.
one to stand up. Now he's gonna be ridiculed. Like he gonna go down in history. The first dude to stand up and say, "Look, I'm telling on everybody." Right? He's blackballed. He'll never work again. You know,
Right.
like he's about to go down, but he's gonna be historic. I wish that was me. I solely do it. But anyway, from when I say they should wave it, that's what I mean. Somebody needs to stand up and say, "Look, it's some good ones, it's some bad ones. If I'm a good one, let's just go ahead and expose the bad ones so we can get them out of here." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so let's break this brotherhood, let's break this bond, because now, like, they more afraid than I am to pull me over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yo, they come to the car, voice shaking, I'm
Yeah.
shaking, everybody's
Stand
shaking.
away at the back.
And that's a dangerous
We're going
situation.
for it.
Everybody's
Ready.
scared.
So we need
Yeah.
to go ahead and say, listen, man, I know Officer Tibbs out here wilding, so I'm gonna be the snitch. You know what I mean? Like, this bond is over because you making it hard for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's my whole thing.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with a combination, and I think it really has to be a combination. But in order for us to get to the table, to discuss these things, to encourage that, we've got to be able to yield, you know? And so it has to, but it really does have to be a combination. And I've said the same thing you said. Why aren't the good cops standing up?
Right, 'cause they're not.
Because there's a
Right.
lot of good cops out
Right.
there. Why aren't they standing up? Because they're bullies, is what I see it as. They're bullies. You see it, you know, they depict it in the movies and such.
Yeah.
You know, but people, you know, overstep their power, but not just with the citizens. They do it with they're colleagues. They're brothers in the police academy.
Last topic. Our celebrities out here, right? Our Rihannas and our Beyoncés. You asked a question last week that was golden. You talked about the Beyonce album.
The Lemonade.
Yeah, the whole Lemonade thing, right?
Yeah.
Beyonce basically. Did she expose?
Mia knows that.
I watched it twice. What you talking about?
Well, okay.
It's on my phone.
Okay, for those who did, all right, it's on your phone. You might even know Beyonce. This might be biased for real.
I don't know Beyonce.
All right, okay. What do you think about that? That whole album of her. Was it real to you?